Hey guys, what's up? Um, Late night, once again, another story. I wanted to talk about my biggest mistake that I never made. That was about to be my biggest mistake, which theoretically sounds good, but really, the more I think about it, it's just not worth it. So, the thing is, being an exchange student. I was planning to go in Norway to Norway. It's late. I'm sorry. To Norway for like an academic year, and so I didn't because I kinda tricked. Okay. So there's this company, YFU, UFU, whatever. Like big company. Oh my God. They are not like Erasmus, which does it for free. It's a paid one where you pay and they basically buy you insurance. They make sure you got a family that can feed you, that has a bed for you, and that can, I don't know, support you. Like their criterias. And so my mother and father are like, "Yo, you wanna go? Maybe? What's up? Like think about it. Here's the site. Look around." I was like, "Okay, sure." Then like I opened the site. I see the destinations, blah blah blah. I see, okay, well, I still wanna have winter because I don't know, going to some Cambodia or Chile, like that's a bit too much. So I'm like, okay, let's pick something in the Baltics, in the north. I picked Norway. It has mountains and rich people and good roads. I don't know. I mean, like, just random pick. Because they just said, "Yeah, you want to go? Sure." Then it turns out it was paid. I don't know if my mom, I think mom was the first one who said, like, "Yo, check this thing." I don't know if mom knew what it was. And so I'm like, "Yo, okay." So I watched, and Norway surprisingly not that expensive. It was like compared to others. Compared to others. Guys, it's a shit ton of money just for fucking around. Just for fucking around your when you go there. So because I was fucking late. Most exchange students were going after ninth grade on the first year of high school. Because, like, you got no connections, you just go fuck around. I was finishing 11th and starting 12th. So I'm about to finish school. So I'm like older, and I'm just older and already got connections. I don't know why I started talking about this, but that's how it is. And so I picked, okay. And so there's this interview with me, like who I am, what are my qualities and stuff, and just, so I get passed on, like, you're good, you're good. Then there's a second one with different people from like somewhat similar countries. We had like not that many people. There was me and one other girl for Norway, and just like Spain and Portugal or something like that. Just basic Europe, which didn't really make sense. And so I'm like, okay, talking with her, she's like, this pretty girl does photography and like, oh my god, yay. She's like, I don't know, stylish, you could say, maybe. And they're like, yeah, yeah, sure. And they're like, why do you want to go? I'm like, mountains, nature, yeah, a new type of education, guys. I like am trying to fake it till I make it because I do like mountains because in Estonia we don't have mountains. And so I try to push this idea upon myself that yeah, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be in nature, just connect, which is probably wrong because you're supposed to study. It is not just a paid to chill out. You're supposed to study and know the language. There is not a special English class. There is a class in the language of that country. You're going to their normal school. So I would have to speak Norwegian, which I don't. And I never learned it in the half a year or something like that. That was the time before, you know, registering and going, or maybe like a year. It was like three quarters or something like that. So like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then at the end, there's this big camp when they gather in a school and just do stuff, talk about stuff, you know, how to introduce yourself, how to be with the other families, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, hypothetical situations. There's I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And so then there's with your mentors, you talk about your biggest fears. And I'm like, my biggest fear is that I don't know if I need it. They're like, okay, that's fine. Not everyone thinks they need it. But going there would most likely turn your thinking around and you would think, oh, that this is such a great place. Like, yeah, yeah, sure. And like I say, my grandma is somewhat against me, the idea of going, which, bro, she was spot on. Fuck yeah. Yeah, grandma. Mm. And then my mom and dad were the ones who pitched the idea, so they're like for it. Also, the amount of money that Norway cost was 7,000 euros. 7,000 for a middle class family where two parents broke up and live in different houses. They have different cars, different responsibilities. They are not sharing rent. No, nothing. No, none of that. Fucking, like, I don't know why they would even pitch this idea. This is fucking stupid, bro. Just buy me a car. I don't need a car, but that would be much more useful. And now I theoretically know they still have a bunch of money collected, which is okay. I don't know why I would need to know that, but I guess I know they have money now, which I don't think they have because they just don't live that way, you know, and they don't give me that money, you know. Um, so yeah, and how you get to Norway is they find you a family, which is before to find them, for them to find you a family, You have to make a video, like an introduction. You have to write a letter with written by hand, which handwriting, hello, no one would fucking want to read it. My handwriting is not that bad, but why the fuck? Also, when I said it was about to be my biggest mistake, I may have lied because I don't know, I have another one which I actually did, which was like a bunch of years ago when I was like 14, which might be because it's different. It's about myself and another person, and this one is about me. But because this one is more relevant, I'm putting it at the first for now. I don't know though. Yeah. And so I made a video. I applied for their internship, which you make another video, like why they should sponsor you. And there are like 5 people they sponsor, so I didn't get it. Even though I wore a shirt, a bow tie, I made a wait, or yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty funny. And so, there were 2 dates where they would find a family. There's the first date where, some got their families, some didn't. And then there's the final date, which was just the last one. And so I said they didn't find me a family at the first date. And so I'm like already like, okay, well, this is kind of already, even if I don't find a family, like this is kind of complicated, yo. Then there's the second date. The date is getting closer. It's about 1 week from that second date. And when they find it, like, I'm pretty soon leaving. And so I'm like, okay. They send me an email. Like, are you okay with some special types of families? Like single mother, like I don't know what other types. I'm not sure if gay families are also there, but and also like when another exchange student would be there. So there's the one that was later proposed to me was one mother, uh, me as an exchange student, and another exchange student. So this was like special. And so I'm like, yeah, 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 sure, sure, sure. You can find me a special family. And then just the day before the final date or the date, they write me or they call me like, we found your family. Like, what? And before that, just the day before, I said to my mother, because I already said I didn't want to go. Like, they are not gonna find me a family, I assure you. Because it was the last day. The last day. And they fucking did, which I guess is pretty good. I guess it's good that they do their job, but fuck, I didn't want it, you know? And so I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they wrote it. I think they first called me, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna think. They wrote me an email, and they're like, answer how you want it to be. And I'm like, okay, so if I just cancel, they take half the money. So they take 3,500 or something like, if not 90. I don't know how much, or 70%. Doesn't matter. They take money. But if I cancel from that special family, they're gonna return the whole fucking thing. The whole 7,000 is gonna be in our pockets, baby. Yes. So like, okay, okay, we want them to believe we just didn't cancel. So in careful wording, we wrote, or my mom wrote, like, I'm very sorry, but Dennis actually doesn't want that sort of family, or something like that. They're like, oh my god, this is so sad. What? This is so strange, but he was like so active at our meetings or something, which I kind of didn't. I guess she just was a bit over exaggerating, but and it's done. And I'm back home. God, I was so glad. It's exactly that coston, coin toss moment. I'm sorry, it's late. It's late. Con- co- coin toss moment where before you flip the coin and as you watch it rotate, you already know which answer you want. And this was the day. I don't want to go. No, dog. No, dog. No, 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 no. I'm like fucking. When they hit me with that phone call, I was like, fuck. Like, I was hit. I was hit like a truck, by a truck, with a truck, whatever the fuck. Truck. Truck, truck. Boop, boop. And this shit was pretty fucking sad for me. But yeah, I'm here. I'm happy, and that's all that matters. I discovered Nikolai Anatolievich Vasilenko, which is a godsend, businessman, entrepreneur of Smile. Uh, yeah, hell yeah. Poetry man, literature man. I bought some poetry books, but I didn't really read them. I really should. I did start reading a bit in Russian, some novels. One novel, which has a manhwa adaptation, but manhwa is ongoing, so I am reading because it's pretty cool. The Demon Prince goes to Academy, which is, it's alright. I'm getting off topic. Technically the video ended, but there's the legendary mechanic. My first novel. My first novel. It is bigger by like one and a half times or 3 times as War and Peace. So I'm like, okay, it was like eighth grade, maybe, and our eighth grade new teacher said, okay, for summer, read these. I wrote her, okay, guys, okay, Mr. Teacher, I found this book that is very long. I counted basically the word count, the word count in a chapter, and there were like at the moment like 470 chapters or something like that. It was far from done. Then, as I continued reading, it was 7,700, and then it became 1,140. I think about that area is the final chapter. I'm like, oh fuck, oh fuck. You know, the greatest. I have read completely only one novel, and it is that one, and it is pure cinema. I highly recommend it. Yeah, Uh, bye bye, I guess.
Bye bye.